Imagine waking up every day excited about your work, free from the shoulds that have held you back. Today, I'm going to share how authenticity can change your entrepreneurial journey. But first, I hope you had a fantastic summer. I had the opportunity to take my oldest two to college, my daughter and my stepson, so that was great. I still can't believe they're both in college. Well, actually 3 of my kids, because my 16-year-old is doing dual enrollment. But I'm excited to be back and recording videos again, as you can see in my new office, aka my college student's bedroom. But it's better than being off of the kitchen. I'm sure many of you can relate. I have always had 2 passions, professionally speaking, and those were education and entrepreneurship. Ever since I can remember, I was either starting a business or trying to teach someone something, whether they wanted to learn it or not. Now, those of you that are entrepreneurial, I'm sure you can relate. I would love to hear in the chat below what experiences you had growing up in terms of entrepreneurship and what made you realize that was the route that you wanted to go. So over the years, I've had several small businesses and have been an educator. I found that all of my successful businesses always had 3 things in common. I was passionate, I had the skills, and there was demand. Now, those things might seem like a no-brainer, but so often entrepreneurs end up chasing the next shiny thing and the thing that they think is going to be the thing that will make them successful and make their business grow. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if the demand is there if you don't have the skill set for it and you're not passionate about it. All of the businesses I've had have been service-based businesses, and because I always worked in industries that I loved, I never really felt like I was working. The problem was there just wasn't enough hours in the day between having a family with 5 kids, being a military family, teaching, and having my business. I just wasn't able to show up for everything the way that I wanted to. So after our most recent move a few years ago, I decided to take a break from having my own business and focus on my family and teaching. But as those of you that are entrepreneurs know, you always have that desire to start your next business. Over the years, several people have approached me interested in acquiring business coaching services. And for a while, I thought this would be the perfect fit, based on my expertise and passion for teaching and business. However, there was a few things holding me back. Number 1, business coaching typically comes with a pretty big price tag, and something that's important to me is to be able to provide an education that's affordable. And number 2, I was concerned I'd end up in the same situation with a service-based business that spread me too thin. Having a work-life balance is very important to me. So I went back to the drawing board, trying to find a coaching business that would meet all of my criteria. Something that used my skills, I was passionate about, had a demand, and it needed to be affordable. So I decided to offer free one-on-one coaching to find what pain points current business owners were facing in the market. Through these coaching sessions, I actually found that their biggest pain point had nothing to do with business at all. More than half of the people I spoke to didn't care if they had a business or not. They were actually only doing it because they wanted financial stabilities for their families. And this is when I knew what business I wanted to start. As a military family, our income and expenses change drastically every time we move. And to be honest, for many years, I just accepted that we were going to be in debt to a certain extent. And then the COVID shutdowns happened. And I was one of the lucky ones where I was able to transition completely online and not lose work. But for the first time, the weight of that debt really was weighing on my shoulders. So 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to learn everything personal finance, and we were going to finally get out of debt and stay that way. So over the past 3 years, we went from being over $500,000 in debt to being debt-free and having a net worth of over $100,000. Full disclosure, part of that was selling our home, but throughout this journey I've learned so much about personal finance that when I saw this pain point doing my coaching calls, I knew that I had to do something about it. This is where the Money Mindset Makeover Method was born. Throughout this financial journey, I found that the number 1 thing I needed to change was my mindset. This program is something I'm passionate about. I have the skills to teach. There's a huge demand. And number 4, which is one of the most important pieces for me, it's affordable. It's going to be a $7 monthly membership or can be purchased for $47 for the year. In this program, students will go through 3 stages. First, they'll master their money mindset. Second, they will get debt-free. And third, they will build wealth. In the 3rd stage, students will learn how to increase their income through entrepreneurship. I have never been more excited to start a business as I am this business. Using this business model, I can help so many more people than I could have ever imagined, and do it in a way that is affordable and accessible to everybody. The only way that I'm going to be rewarded financially through this business model is if I can provide a surplus of information where the value that students are getting drastically exceeds what they're paying for it. I'd love to hear what your dream business is. What is something you're passionate about, you're skilled in, and there's a high demand in the market? Something where you can wake up every day and be excited to go to work. I hope you can walk away from this video with a new perspective about entrepreneurship, and that you can do what you love, the way you love it, and still be successful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye!